Hey guys, it's Lydia here from LA 3D Printing, and today I'm going to be talking about 3D printed hands. So, let's get started. Alright guys, so as some of you might know, I have started 3D printing bionic hands. Now, these aren't just for me, these are actually hands I'm going to hopefully send to people across the world who need help and who have lost their hands, like children, adults, and stuff like that. This is actually my first Enable designed hand. I didn't design it, Enable designed it. And I'm going to hopefully be sending this off to the company Different Heroes. Now, that is a company that, in my knowledge, they take hands and they give them to kids, and then those kids get to take them to a camp where they learn how to use. I'm pretty sure that is what that company does, but if not, I will definitely look into that and make sure that is the right information. But this hand I've had for actually a very long time. If you do follow me on Instagram, you know I have posted pictures of this, and this is actually a super cool hand. One of the first hands I've actually printed on my TiVo Tornado, and it just turned out amazing. I have not actually put in the padding and stuff. I have not found the right padding to do that, but hopefully I will be doing that soon. So I'm going to tell you what this hand is made of. So this is actually Tesla's purple PLA filament. As you can see, there's a replacement pin here. I believe that is just some filament I bought off of eBay. And then the fishing line is actually shark fishing line that I got from an old fishing line that we bought in Arizona that was for shark fishing. And then this different color, like purplish pink filament, is actually Filamentum's purple. Actually, I'm not really sure what the color was called, but it's Filamentum's PLA filament. And then I have these just tiny screws my dad bought at Menards. And these are just some leftover screws from my printers that I have. And then this Velcro is not the final Velcro for this because it's just some simple strips of it. And hopefully I will be finding a STL file and model that I can print with my flexible TPU filament I have finally gotten. You guys know that I have reviewed it, so I can make some flexible grips for the fingers and maybe some little parts for the palm so that when the kids bend their wrist, they actually can grip onto something. So this is actually super tiny hand. As you can see, it fits in my palm, so maybe this would be for about a 5-year-old or something. But I do want to show you guys my first hand that I've ever printed, which started me off with this adventure. So this is my first hand. Now, I believe this is in one of my videos. I believe it's in one of my Q&A videos from a while back. And this was my first hand I've ever printed. So the rainbow filament is from Unicofill, the rainbow PLA. And then the orange fingers are actually, they were the replacement ones because I ruined the first ones. These are actually made out of Make Shaper's orange PLA. And then the elastic stuff is just from Joann's Fabric. And then this fishing wire is just some cheap fishing wire, and that is why it is actually broken. This was my first hand again, and it's in rough shape because I have demonstrated with it and stuff like that. There was a tiny bit of problem with this actual print, but again, this was my first ever print in printing these hands. And to me, it's super cool because according to Yordi on the TiVo Tarantula, TiVo Tornado, all those TiVo groups on Facebook, after I posted a picture of this, I started this whole new contest thing with Enable and all that. So thank you again, Yordi, for mentioning that, because I actually did not know that. So apparently I started this whole new thing with 3D printed hands. So there's this hand, this actual arm actually. This is a fully 3D printed arm that I have made for my friend. Now her name is Jenna, and she was born without one arm, and I wanted to make her an arm, but I still have not given this to her after many months, and that is mostly because, well, I'm kind of shy to give it to her, but also it is not the best quality hand, or best quality arm, because it was my first actual full arm. So I might actually print her a whole new arm and give it to her maybe one day, but I've been really inspired to just make these hands because I want to make a difference in people's lives who aren't like others. And these hands are just super cool, especially for little kids. They get a new experience with something new if they were born or they just lost an arm. something cool to use. So I believe this filament is Suntop's maroon filament, and this gray was Polymaker's Poly PLA, and these fingers were actually white, but then I sanded and painted them, so I'm not sure what white filament I used. But then, as you can see, I ended up using bolts, and again, these are leftover screws, and I think this string, or this fishing wire, is actually the shark fishing wire. And then this type of hand actually uses elastic, so these are just like the just normal elastic bands. But again, this is not in the greatest shape, so I might just keep this for display and make her another one. But I really do enjoy, again, making these cool arms and hands. This is actually the only arm I've made, and I made plenty of other hands, so we can check those out now. Alright, so this is actually my entire box full of hands. This green hand is actually the first large hand I printed on my Tevo Tornado, and then I have some extra hand pieces in here. All of this filament was Filamentum's filament that they sent to me just for this project. I actually have, here's one hand that I haven't actually strung up because this was printed on my Tevo Tornado, or my Tevo Tarantula, which has been having a hard time when it was in use for printing prints that actually fit together. So I'm going to have to dial that in if I want to print hands on that. But because the part that goes here, the tensioner, doesn't fit, so then I can't actually put the strings in and stuff. But this is a basically a raw hand without any stringing except for the elastics here, as you can see. But I really do like this filament. Filamentum has made some great filament, and thank you again, Filamentum, for actually sending me this filament to use. So there's lots of different like material you need for these hands. I have some extra Velcro stuff. This is the cheap fishing line, which you don't want to use because it'll break. I have a whole roll of Velcro, and then I have lots of different elastics. So there's lots of materials you need to build these hands. But one thing I actually do need to get is some foam and padding for the wrist and stuff, because if you put your wrist in here, it will hurt because it is just raw plastic, and you do not want that rubbing up against your wrist because that would be rough and it would hurt. So I need to actually get some more foaming and padding. So if any of you guys know about the best kind of padding and stuff to get, please let me know in the comments below, because I definitely need to get some more of that. So this hand I want to show you guys because this would be for like an adult. So an adult who lost all their fingers and just have a nub on their hand. Well, right here where your hand's supposed to be. So what you do is you, actually this is my right hand, so you put your non-fingered hand in here, and obviously mine doesn't fit because I have fingers, and then you'd actually Velcro this here, and then like you see on this one, you'd put your nub in there, or you actually, there's holes where you can put straps of Velcro, so you can just Velcro yourself in there. And I'm going to see if I can try that. I have not tried the Velcroing palm part yet, but this filament is also from Filamentum. This is their green, I think it's Lipness green. But yeah, so, and then these fingers, I think these fingers are actually green also, but I decided to spray paint them because they didn't look the best. I kind of finished them. And then this just last thumb is in Tesla's gold silk filament. Now this hand was actually really hard to print because I couldn't get my Tevo Tornado, sorry, bed to get even. That was when I first got it, and the bed was kind of warped. And I attempted to print it on a raft, and that raft never came off. So you might be able to see here that there's still some raft parts. But you know, that's not a big deal. You can't really tell. I got it off most of the print. But again, I will definitely need padding here, and I still need to figure out the best way to have this Velcro. And hopefully, I will be sending these off to the different Heroes company and maybe Enable. I know a lot of people are interested in Enable, and I actually got to send Enable a white bionic hand that I printed for the official sample for them for the, I think it was the Phoenix hand. That was the design, which I'm super excited about. And again, Yordi started a competition or a contest with sending in your hands, and whoever has the best hand and all that kind of stuff which I'm super excited about, and to see the final results. So I really wanted to make this video so you guys know what I'm doing. I know I haven't talked about making these hands a lot because I have been very busy with doing reviews, and I don't really want my channel to be just a review channel. I want to let you guys know what's going on in the 3D printing world and what I'm doing, what kind of projects I'm doing instead of just reviews. So if you guys want to know any kind of project, or you want me to do a project, let me know down in the comment section. I really want to interact with you guys and know what you guys want to see on my channel instead of just having normal reviews. Again, I started making these hands. Well, this hand is maybe 2 years old, maybe just a year old, and there's been lots of experimenting with making these hands and arms, and I'm again super excited, and hopefully I will be starting to work with Enable a lot more and different companies, and getting more different colorful filaments, and maybe even just skin filaments, to actually start a bigger process with making these hands. And if I get more printers, I have a faster process in making them, more filament, and make everything really cool. So hopefully I will be making more videos like this about these hands, little updates on what I'm doing and what companies I'm working with. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I know it was a quick, short, and maybe long video about what I'm doing with these, so I just wanted to let you guys know on where I am at. So again, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for sticking around and paying attention to what I'm doing. Now, if you want to know a little bit more information, I will be posting stuff on my Twitter and on my Instagram, and those will both be linked down in the description below, so go check those out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.